Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar on From Brick to Click, Embracing Digital Transformations in the Construction Industry. So my name is Lisa, and I'm excited to be here to have this webinar. So before we begin this webinar, we have some guidelines to ensure a smooth and engaging webinar experience. So keep on mute your mic so that it won't distract our webinar. And also, if you have any questions, please drop down your questions in the chat box given. So now, let's introduce our speaker for today. We have T.S. Kumaran, who have a 20 years experience in digital constructions and also have 14 years implementing construction in solutions. So let's welcome him and have this webinar on.
Thank you, Lisa. Good morning to everybody. Hope you guys having a good day, and thank you for attending this webinar. Okay, so the title for today is actually Embracing Digital Transformation in the Construction Industry. So which is also, we have defined this as to be unique, bricks to click. So we are all into construction, and we know that we are very much into physical activities and physical material, where technology has to come in order to improve productivity and efficiency. So this is where the title comes about. Okay, so if you look at overall, just to introduce about BENA Initiative, because some of you could be this the first time knowing about who is BENA Initiative. So I just have a quick summary slides just to make everybody aware of who is BENA Initiative. So BENA Initiative very much focused into architectural, engineering, and construction solutions, where we are the BIM pioneer since 2009. And we provide end-to-end solutions, actually. So if you look at what do we offer to the country and also outside of Malaysia, project control, single platform, and end-to-end. So when we talk about project control, we have entire team who is able to manage project from the project initiations, design management, procurement, construction, commissioning, and also for the facility management side. That's on the project control portion. And then if you look at the single platform, we have integration between one solution to another solution, start from managing geospatial information system, design, design stage, procurement stage, construction, and also commissioning stage, which in our own term, this is called as engineering intelligence. And then we also provide end-to-end, where we work with many solution provider to deliver projects within budget and ahead of time, from the project initiations to the project operation. So in a way, we are called as one-stop solution provider. Okay, just to introduce about BENA Initiative. And then in terms of numbers, what kind of experience we have for the 20 over years in the industry. So if you look at it, we have completed 41 projects in the country itself, and we have 98 projects that we have delivered from the planning and projects control scope of work. And also we have experienced about 22 years industry knowledge and experience. This is very much focused in construction. And we also have completed 39 project management solutions that we have implemented to various customers, regardless whether they are from developers, main contractors, or even the design consultants. So we have delivered that. And 28 users for contract and document management users. This is very focused into contracts and document management. And we have 200 over users on quality and safety, which is site process digitalization. Okay, so this just to give you high level on the numbers. So let's move into our topic for today. So this is the first thing that we need to keep in mind and look at it. And some could be thinking that, is it true, this number? So this number we receive, or we got it from the Malaysian Statistical Department. So Malaysia has done in total value of construction amounting 121.9 billion. This is only in 2022. So if you look at it, there is massive construction still going on. And if you look at it overall, over 1,000 developers across Peninsular Malaysia, and they are responsible for some 80% of the total real estate built in this country. So we know that who are the people who is really building homes and accommodations and also facilities or even townships. So if you look at it in the country, we have close to or over 1,000 developers across Peninsula, but 80% of them is where they are focused on the total real estate built in this country. So definitely the moment it comes to mind is like IGM Land, Eco World, SB City. So these are the key players. And to take it further, so in 2022, approximately is about 1.38 million people were employed in the construction industry. Again, this is also from the statistical department. So 1.38 million people were employed in construction industry. Okay. So at the same time, by looking at all these numbers, that shows a big volume of challenges, volume of struggle in terms of providing the betterment for the publics is been initiated. At the same time, construction industry is the second last under moving into digitalization. So imagine, so how far we are when it comes to the digitalization. So if you look at overall, the roadmap for digital transformation is very much talked about and discussed in various levels, from the government level, from the ministry level, from the developers, owners, contractors, everybody talks about this. But there's three key areas actually we need to look at. First is actually the integration of digital technology into all areas of business. Does not matter whether you are at the bottom of supply chain or you are in the middle level of the supply chain, does not matter. And then resulting in fundamental changes on how the business can operate and deliver value to customer. So every single process has to be re-looked and defined in terms of how and where the value to the customer can be capitalized or can be provided. Then you can go back into the digital journey. And the next one is actually the digital transformation is the process of changing how an enterprise leverages technology, people, and processes. So most of the time, even we talk about digital or transformation, technology, all of this, it is still goes around with people and process. You don't have people, nothing is going to move. If you don't have process, you won't get the value of these platforms or digital. This to improve business performance and embrace new business models. Okay. And lastly, digital transformation is becoming increasingly important as it allows businesses to stay competitive and relevant in an ever-changing landscape. So if you look at it, whoever coming from the developer's point of view, main contractor's point of view, or even a design consultant, the competition we have today compared to 15 years back is far beyond and is much more superior compared to in terms of the size, in terms of competitiveness, in terms of number of people need to be deployed, in terms of even profitability of any single project that is undertaken. So if we are not moving towards a digital journey or digital transformation or even a digital platform, we will miss the opportunity to bring the organization or even our personal self to grow. Just for example, everybody talks about AI. I'm very sure whoever interested and participating in this webinar also have looked at what people talk about AI, how machine learning comes in, because why it is important, because we always think that we don't want to be like in Nokia, left out. So we always have to be increasing and looking out for the new technology, new initiatives, and how we can improve and also move ourselves forward. It is also applicable for personal and also for organization. So this is the key area. These are the three key. Just keep this in mind for the digital transformation. And most of the time, when we talk about digital transformation, what we see from our past conversation with customers, they always think that, okay, I need to have big team, roadmap, a big budget, time need to be spent. No, everybody can start small somewhere. Okay, so let's go through this further. So then, why digitalization in construction is crucial? So again, this question will come, okay, fine. We are the last second to digitize, but then why it is crucial? So if you look at the entire construction life cycle management, so you have from initiation, okay, and then you're moving to planning and implementation, and then performance, monitoring, and handover. If you look at this single cycle of 6 stages, everybody knows that information has to be exchanged, okay, and information has to be implemented, tracked, and monitored to see what is the final result. Okay, so if you do not have a digital platform or even a technology behind any of these process, don't talk about integrated first, any of this process in silos in the first place, no way you can move things. For example, when you initiate a project, someone have to review the project, someone have to approve the project in terms of budget, in terms of time, in terms of stakeholders. If this is done on a manual paper, no way this can be achieved in terms of the results and the productivity. Then when you move to planning, so when you are looking at planning stage, you need to plan. So you need to have schedules in place. You need to have high level planning in place. You need to look at cost benefit analysis. So if all this is done on a manual paper base or even using Excel or Word, how this is integrated or interpreted to different stakeholders who is involved in the entire ecosystem of construction lifecycle. So the same thing is repeated for the implementation. The same thing is moving to performance. And of course, performance is the key here. The moment you if initiated and then planned and implemented, everyone wants to know where are we now? What is the performance? Right? So when we are looking at this, definitely you need to have either a report, whether a dashboard or some form of presentation that you need to tell where we are. It to take it more challenging when you're doing monitoring. This monitoring is where that you will realize, okay, this is where I'm behind. This is where I'm ahead. The moment I'm behind, what are the method of mitigation that I may need to do in order to increase back my performance to be on par? And then coming to handover. So once you hand over, so for example, let's take any buildings, for example. So the moment you are handing over, definitely you cannot ask a form, just provide a form and then pass to the tenant and said, okay, just fill up the forms and then pass it to us. We should go back and then key into Excel to see that who is the owner or when they have collected the key and then what kind of defects and then get the list of defects from the manual form. So this is the most important part where even you build completely with the digital world, the moment it comes to handing over and then after handing over, there's also will be defect liability period. So if you're doing on a manual way, it is really troublesome and also challenging for anyone to deliver with qualities. Okay, so this is specifically on the construction life cycle. So if you look at within construction life cycle, you can also look at how technology has been adding value to the entire process. So number one, if you're looking at it, is more into drone, unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, or drones can capture high resolution aerial imagery and survey construction sites more efficient than traditional methods. So this way, I'm looking at what's been carried out, what has been built, regardless whether it's an infrastructure or a building. So in buildings, you have drones plus cameras, which is 360-degree cameras can be integrated together. Then you're able to have a virtual tour of what's been built or where is the progress of the construction. So that is at the initiation stage. So when you move into the planning stage is where the building information modeling, which is the key that nowadays everybody talks about this, is into the play, where the 3D model technology or 3D modeling technology that enables the creation management of digital representations of the physical and functional characteristic of any building or infrastructure that you're able to see on a 3D model. So most of the time what people do, oh yeah, I'm able to see 3D on AutoCAD or even in SketchUp. So that's good enough. No, it is about a model that carries information that you are able to look at from this 3D model, identify what kind of material is in use, what is the time will be taken, what kind of time is anticipated or estimated in order to complete. And then in terms of quantity, so we are also looking at quantities. And once you incorporated cost, then you're also able to see the integrated cost from this way of visual towards the completion, what will be the impact. Okay, so that's come into the building information modeling. So when you move to the implementation, Internet of Things. So this is the next part of technology that is always been there, but people have not taken this serious to implement. But now we see a lot of companies are coming in, which they are able to look at how this can value add to their organization. Okay, so this Internet of Things is where in construction specifically can be used to monitor and control various aspects such as equipment performance, energy usage, safety conditions, and also environmental parameters. Today, what you see commonly used is a CCTV camera and then QR code, NFC tag. So these are the sensors being used in order to keep track of the implementation. Then you move into performance. So the moment you are on performance, you are always on the move. You're always on the go. You are not at one single office location. You have to move around of the construction side, consultants or design officers side, or even the specialist systems place. Okay, so where the performance part, you have to use mobile and field technologies, where mobile devices such as smartphone and tablets and also equipments with construction specific applications such as the software can enable the real-time access to project information, which can be used for tracking and then collaboration, and also it enhance communication. So for example, the moment you do site inspection, okay, so when you're doing site inspection, you are able to do the inspection from a mobile application or a mobile device or even a tablet just by filling up digital forms. And this inspection together attached with the photographs and related document such as insurance or the workers permit. So with that will be escalated to the next person for verifications or validation. So this process completely on digital where you don't have to take the paper form, do the inspection, and then do a joint inspection and then do a manual signature and then bring back to office to tabulate this and then submit a report to the reporting manager. So you don't have to do that. That is where the performance area, where mobile and field technology will be helping. Okay, then finally you are moving into the monitoring stage before heading over. So at the monitoring stage, the digital systems can integrate with other project management tools. Okay, and also the enterprise system, creating a seamless flow of information. This integration eliminates manual data entry, which is also prone for errors, and also enables automation of repetitive tasks such as generating status report, updating schedules, and also sending notification. This saves time and reduce risk of errors. So totally you are able to rely on this monitoring system where you are able to have effective data and information that you can use it. Then you move to the final stage, which is the handover. So in handover, you can streamline the transfer of information because whatever has been handed over, regardless whether it's a township, units of condo or infrastructure or even public amenities, all of this has to be transferred, which come with as-built information. Okay, so this as-built information always represents from maybe 2D CAD drawing, from a 3D model, and then you have separate documents like operation and maintenance manual, specifications, and things like that. So instead of having all this on a manual documents, these can be digitized and then this can be passed over to the handing over team, which can be used for asset management or facility management process. Okay, so this improves the collaboration between stakeholders and also ensure the successful transition to the operation side, which is the operators have to take over. And these platforms also features enhanced efficiency, reduce manual paperwork, and provide centralized system for managing documentations, defects, assets, and warranties during the critical phase. Okay, so if you look at construction lifecycle, these are the 6 key areas. Of course, you can expand from this to sustainability and also green, energy efficiency. There's a lot of things can be taken from here, but these are 6 fundamental construction lifecycle. Please feel free. Anyone have any question, please post it on the chat. And the challenges, okay, by looking at all this, well, when you look at this, yeah, it's overall, everything is possible. But then why people are not moving? Or if people wants to move, why? What are the challenges happening in construction industry? So if you look at construction industry, the biggest challenge that we have is project visibility. someone will have visibility of a certain area of the project, but no one has a complete visibility of the entire project from end to end. So most of the time, this is always distorted from one key stakeholders to the project director, project manager, and the executive on site. So different versions of information will be flowing in. This always limit the decision making. So the project visibility, it is not possible. Okay, so when we refer to project visibility, so as an organization, they know that, okay, I have 5 projects is happening. But what's the progress of the project? Yeah, call this person, they will present. What's the delay issues on this project? They need to email or ask someone, then only they'll get information. So if imagine if you have this visibility completely at your fingertips, whether it's a mobile device, tablet, or even on a URL link on the website that you are able to access in, that is the beauty of decision-making process. Okay, next, decentralized information. You will have multiple systems in an organization, but it does not communicate from one department to another department and then from one system to another system. So when it's always decentralized, you don't have what you want to get on time. Okay, next you're moving into what was designed and what was built is different. So most of the time during the design coordination, people, maybe the architects already into a BIM or a digital solution. So he showed you a very nice way of this is how the final product going to be. But when the building takes place or takes shape, the way they have been constructing is using the manual 2D CAD drawing information, which was not even coordinated. Okay, so then you are moving into documents everywhere, but unsure of its status. So when it's documents everywhere, you have transmitters coming in, drawings coming in, correspondence coming in, but not sure whether this has been reviewed, responded, or even reacted from there. Okay, next we are looking at disconnected system. Yes, by all means, everybody move and invest into technology, but then it does not integrate from one to another to get the best outcome. And then finally, you are moving into the field. Once you go to break the ground and work on the physical ground, you are looking at manual field processes. So the HQ will be highly sophisticated, where have a good process and platform. But when moving to the field, you have not integrated or you have not even digitalized the field process. Then again, you are referring to a manual drawing. You are still bringing your paper and pen to start to do sketches, and then you need to come back to HQ or back to office, then start to email and then take photos, things like that. Okay, so these are the common challenges that we always see for the past 20 over years in the construction industry. So what are the concerns? So it is not digitalization is nothing new, and there must be some challenges or concern around this area that people are thinking. So if you look at the concerns, number one, job loss. The moment digital technology comes in, or technology or automation comes in, first thing they'll be thinking, okay, how many staff can I cut? This is always those days or olden ways of thinking or the mindset. So it is potential replacement of human workers by machine or software, but people may feel apprehensive or resistant to the idea of digital transformation if they perceive it as a threat to their livelihood. So if you look at it, always this the first concern will come in. No, if they're going to put automation, it's going to put a system in place, I'm going to lose job. Okay, I'm going to will be losing my opportunity of working here, or maybe there will be a reduction from 5 team members to become two team members. The second concern is cybersecurity. The concern about privacy, cybersecurity, or even the implication on certain technologies can contribute to skepticism or even resistance towards digital transformation. Okay, so that is also taken care of. Third is cultural. So this is very much happens not only in construction industry, every industry, this is common. So traditional practices and the hierarchical structures may encounter cultural resistance from fear or even change of the change, right? And then lack of awareness about the benefits of digitalization. And of course, they prefer to go back in the manual way and they don't want to move. So the moment anyone's moved into digitalization, the first challenge or hurdle, it's about change management. How do I bring my current workforce into the latest process, latest technology, latest mindset? Okay, so bringing that itself is called as change management, is the key for any successfulness of any digitalization. And then finally, complexity can be disruptive and requiring changes in the workflows, yes, systems, and also the organization structures when it comes to digital transformation. And also, it's also needs a new skill set to be in place and also knowledge. So most of this, why it is defined as complexity, because people go for big bang. They said, okay, my entire organization, I need to digitize. Oh, so we need to change completely. So you cannot do this massive. So these are the common concerns people have around digitalizations. So if digital transformation creates opportunity, so the impact of digital economy is wide ranging and also transformative. Okay, it is able to influence society, business, and government. I think as of now, everyone is aware and agree with this actually. Okay, so what kind of opportunity are we talking about? So if you look at it, there is three domain that everyone have to see from the entire landscape: society, business, and government. So if you look at society, there's job opportunity for gig and digital skill workers. Then the question will be, what happens to me if I'm not on digital journey? So you need to enhance your knowledge and embark into the digital journey. So you will be into the skill workers digitally or the gigs. Okay, so this will help the society, which eventually it's going to increase your productivity and efficiency anyhow. Then the next is business. New business models offer new products and services with this digital arena or transformation. So you are looking at this new opportunity. You can hear the word called data science, big data analytics, what they call engineering, software engineers. And then you're also looking at digital engineers, a position called digital engineers. So these are the areas of enhancement when it comes to the business and the role that takes place. Even when you look at BIM, so you already know that there's the BIM modeler, BIM coordinators, and then BIM managers, BIM directors. So these are the positions coming in. So if you look at from the business model, you are looking at a larger market catchment for commercial activities because the growth of the business and the model is already in place for productize. Then you're moving into government, improve public service delivery. Of course, definitely the outcome is improved. And then with the digital technologies enables government to increase the scope and quality of public services, where you are able to see that every single transaction is on a smart app or on a mobile apps that you are able to keep track and also progress accordingly. So you don't have to call, send an email, wait for a week, and then only you look at what is the outcome. So you can look at the apps. So uh, at majority level today, every single ministry under the governments already have their own associated apps already in place. So these are the opportunities that we see. So, so I believe this is agreeable. Digital transformation brings about numerous benefits and positive outcomes. It's depending where do you sit or where are you in the entire supply chain. So, so if you look at it further, what are the value or quality that you have in place? By having digital or entire transformation, you are enhancing collaboration, increase efficiency and productivity, and improve project planning and design. So you are looking at digital transformation, improve collaboration completely. I think this is agreeable. The moment you have digital platform, the entire communications is improved. Next is actually BIM. You're able to see that today, JKR or government agency have already defined that any project above 10 million ringgit, they already put BIM as one of the digital technology need to be used in order to improve productivity and efficiency. And then to make it further in terms of planning stage or design stage, you can integrate with virtual reality or augmented reality technologies, which will give you visibility in terms of what is design at the end product, how does it look like, and how it's going to be constructed. So you're able to look at this. And this way, it can reduce all the design error, including the constructions coordinations errors. Okay. And then it's also at the real-time data and analytics. So when it comes to decision making, the moment the decision need to be made and there's no information with you, you're going to make either slow decision making process, delayed, or you are not even able to make decision. So that is commonly happening. So now with the real-time data and analytics, you can make informed decision because you have collected the past historical information, collected even on that day's progress or achievement, so that you are able to make decision quickly and faster. And then safety and risk management. So you also look at safety and risk management, where this digital tool with sensors and variables and drones able to give you impact of, okay, at this construction site, which area is prone for a safety side or prone for accidents. So you're able to look at that. And this can be highlighted, and not only but about highlighting, you're also able to do mitigations or factors how we can make this place safer. Okay. And then enhance client experience, because with digital technology, any product that you carry or you present to any customer in the supply chain, they are able to see clearly what they will be getting or what they're expecting to get. Okay, so this enhance the client's experience. So this leads to increased client satisfaction and stronger relationship, because they'll be happy. Oh, this is what you have promised. This is where the progress is. Now in 2 weeks time or 2 months time, I'll be getting this as the finished product. So I believe everybody agrees the great advantages of digitizing for the construction lifecycle involves leveraging digital technologies to enhance various stages of the construction process, from design and planning to all the way to constructions and operations. And then this also offers numerous benefits: improved project coordination, reduced errors, enhanced safety, increased efficiency, and better asset management. So, however, it requires a strategic approach, collaboration among stakeholders, and also investment in technology infrastructure and training. Okay, I believe everyone will agree with this. Okay, this is good. Everybody talks about this, but then how? Then what is your digital transformation roadmap? So this is something that a key takeaway from each of you, whoever attending the webinar today. Look at it from the positive side. Okay, if I have enough time and budget, so where should I do and what is my roadmap? Because all these budgets and time always come back to the crucial component. When it's critical, nobody thinks back, do I have the time? Do I have the money? Okay, so first plan out the digital transformation roadmap. So when you look at that, implement your digitalization now. Okay, so that is the second key takeaway. So step one, identify your objective. So everybody, when they talk about digitalization, they always look at, okay, I need to digitize. So form a committee. Let's look at it a big time. So first, you can form a committee, but look at the objective. Once you define the objective clear. So for example, okay, my challenge in my organization today, I'm not able to deliver project on time. So look at the root cause, look at the objective. Now, I would like to be able to deliver the project on time. So that is the first crucial, critical component or challenge that I'm having in my organization. So then you have to look at the root cause. Okay, why I'm not able to deliver on time? Is it because material was not delivered on time? Is it I didn't have enough manpower, or I'm not able to manage the process completely? So once you define this, you put as an objective. So where do I want to digitize? Okay, project performance, I would like to digitize. That's it. So start with that first. The moment you have captured or gotten the entire reward based on this one segment of digitalization, then you can move. Okay, now performance is taken care. How about post-mortem of the project delivery? How about the cost benefit or the cost tracking of the project delivery? So then you can digitize the next level. So identify your objective, step number one. Step number two, no worries, call or email to BENA initiatives. So we will be there to support and assist. So overall, I think that's all that we would like to share today. And thank you for going through this webinar. So I have my details at the bottom. So any questions or anything, we can still communicate here on the chat, or they can start to ask questions at the same time. You can also email to us.
Thank you, Mr. T.S. Kumaran, for your engaging presentations today. So for participants, if you have any questions, please kindly drop down your questions in the chat box given. Maybe I can share to you some other questions that our participants have asked us. So the first question will be, what are the key benefits of adopting cloud-based solutions in construction industry?
I think from our entire presentation, Lisa, we have already touched in terms of the key benefits, in terms of which area of improvement, and the most important is actually going back to the objective. From all the key benefits, that means you can improve productivity, you can improve efficiency, you can improve customer relationship, you can also improve the ecosystem of the workers of the organization itself. But with all this, they need to identify first what is the objective of doing this. And with that, they are able to take this as a journey, because the transformation specifically on digital does not happen overnight. So you have to define, and it has to be a journey.
Okay, so is there any other questions for the participants? Feel free to drop down your questions at the chat box given. Okay, there is another question. What are the main challenges the company face when implementing digital transformation in construction, and how they can be overcome?
Okay, so the main challenges is actually the direction from the organization in the first place. So if you look at anybody that wants to move into digital transformation, the first information or the first directive has to come from the management also. Because, for example, a manager can always propose and say, okay, I would like to get my team to be digitalized. For example, they are into design team. So they will look at, okay, these are the value, these are the benefit, they will have all this. But if the management does not realize or does not undertake this seriously, that is the biggest challenge. And most of the time, people always say that, oh, actually, my boss or my management disagree with this. So whenever I hear this, it's always going back to they did not disagree for a reason. Maybe they don't have a complete understanding of what is the value as an organization going to get by moving to this digital transformation. So when they don't understand that value, no way they can make decision, number one. Number two, if the management or the team members don't want to move into digital transformation, then we also need to plan out a roadmap, because when people think about digital transformation, it's not about buying software, sending people for training, and then get the team into technology or digital journey. It's also going back to the process. So before even doing investment, they can always review back the current process of engagement, current process of project delivery, or current process of design management. So when they review back the current process, it's already step one of digital journey. Then you're going to embark, okay, this is the current process, which are the small little area that we would like to digitize.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other questions? If there is no other questions, and we would like to end our webinar sessions today. And thank you for Mr. T.S. Kumaran for engaging presentations. And for participants, kindly fill up your attendance to receive the e-certificate, and keep monitoring our websites for our upcoming webinars.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for all the attendance to come in. Hope this is a benefiting session, and we will all be together for the digital transformation journey. Thank you.
Thank you.